Good day to you, gentle person on the internet, and thank you for joining me while we have a look at a game that I am quite interested to have found, because I feel this is a very good game. It's very enjoyable to play in its way, but it does feel AI, and they do. Itch.io now has a little sort of AI disclosure bit down, and it's like a separate tag. Where the developer can sort of say, hey, I'm using AI. It has been used for either code or graphics or both or whatever. And this game does mention that it uses both for code and for graphics. So yeah, I mean the sort of the initial compulsion is to dislike it for that, but we also have the awareness that AI isn't really going anywhere. It is going to keep coming. People are going to be using it. How much do we resist it? How do we fight against it? How much of that is a vital battle, and how much of that is Ludditism? I mean, it's a strong question to ask, and not enough people are asking it. They're just choosing one side or another and marshalling themselves against the other side. For example, I saw people arguing that the AI disclosure thing was actually somehow costing indie devs lots more and making them unable to compete against the AAA studios that could apparently afford to disclose AI, because somehow that costs a huge amount of money. And it's an absolutely ridiculous statement, but that's kind of where it goes. That's where people bring this kind of thing, this kind of understanding, to fight against any restrictions. I mean, the actuality obviously is that the person doesn't want to disclose that they used AI, because that means people might choose to not play their games if they have to disclose it, or use their product, whatever it is. The idea that it costs so much just to say, yes, I used AI, that just reporting that as somehow expensive is actually a very, very silly idea, and a rather blatant attempt to fight back against it. Nevertheless, it's something that we need to think about. It's something that we need to keep the discussions open on, keep the facts flowing. And I do intend to make a video on that, but I am distracting from the content of this video. So let me know in the comments if you feel that we should or shouldn't disclose AI, and how it might add to the costs of making a game, other than people going, I don't want to play this game because it's got AI in it. We are looking here at a game that does have AI in it, but despite that, is actually a really good game, and I think we should have a look at it. And I think we should play it. Come and give it some love on Itch.io, and there is of course a wishlist on Steam button, so maybe consider that if you don't have too much of an issue with how it was made. It's a deep consideration, but not something that we need to make decisions on quickly, because for reasons that I will put in my AI video that I must work on some more today. Anyway, I have had a look at the options page. I've turned some of the sounds up because the sound's very quiet for some reason. I don't know. Anyway, let us jump in, let us click new game, and I will show you how the game plays. We pick a save slot. I've tried this on Firefox, it worked absolutely fine. We're now on Chrome, and presumably it will work fine as well. So we are given this tavern. It is very dark in here, we can't see what's going on, but there is the door to the outside world. We have a table. Somebody has come in who wants an ale. We have a little bar over here, and we can click serve ale, and the person will trundle over, pick up the ale, give us a coin, and run back again. We can unlock another table, and we can serve an ale by just putting it on the counter. When the person reaches his desk, he will run over and purchase it. The moment he is gone, we can click serve ale again. So we need to kind of keep the ales going. Obviously we only have a place for one ale at the moment. We only have 2 tables. The guys will get their ales, we can serve another one, and then as someone runs in, he'll go, oh, there's an ale there, and he'll run over. Now we have 2 coins. There are coins down at the bottom left, and what we can do is click on this more ale, which will buy a second bit of bar counter, and then we can serve 2 ales at a time, so we can deal with 2 people who are expecting ale. And this is kind of the starting progression that we expect to be able to do. And yeah, this does seem a little strange at the moment, but don't worry, it does get better. It actually gets quite complex later. And we can now go for 3 ales. And yes, every time of course we buy something, our money runs out, and then we have to wait a while for more things to come. But this is going fairly quickly. I think the next thing we're going to get is table capacity, so we can have more than one person at a table. That'll bring in people quite a bit quicker. That's 4, so let's do that. And we now have room for 2 people at a table. Now, next table capacity is 5 silvers, so that's not something we're going to be able to manage for a while. But we can get another ale slot for 10. We can get more tables for 5. So let's get more tables. Why not? Keep our ale stacked up there. Now the people do, as far as I can tell, get tired of waiting for it. So if you don't have an ale for them, they will potentially give up and then leave the place. But I don't think there's like a reputation ranking or anything like that. So there will always be more people. So it doesn't really matter if you kind of ignore the table for a while. And in case you're worried, yes, we do have the ability to turn this into an idle system eventually. And we can make our ale more expensive. Oh, and this has unlocked the next phase of the game. Alright, so what I did there was I bought an ale upgrade. So each ale is now giving us 2 coins. Let's buy another row, so we have 4 ales out there. And we will talk about this next bit that has appeared in a second. I want to try and get this going a little bit higher, so we have a sort of a steady stream of money coming in. But this is where the real part of the game opens up. But I want to buy these 2 upgrades before we get there. Oh, we can get... Well, let's get more ale just so I have another slot to put it. This does hit a maximum, but then we can start upgrading things where we can put multiple ales. Like 2 ales per slot, and then eventually 3 per position on the counter. Like it's very expensive for no adequately explained reason. But it's fine. Should we unlock another table? Why not? Fortunately, it doesn't actually cost us anything to expand to place ale. Right. So now we've got our money flowing relatively well there. It's not the greatest, but as long as we keep hitting this button, we'll have a steady stream of money coming in. So let us unlock the dungeon entrance. So the basic idea here is that we have this tavern that a bunch of adventurers are coming in to drink ale at, and what we want is to make money from them. So adventurers look for a dungeon, right? So, and we have discovered that underneath the tavern, in the basement, I imagine, is the entrance to a dungeon, and with a little bit of construction spend, we can unlock that. And apparently we're not that good a person, because what we also want are souls. And yes, how do we get souls? Well, if an adventurer comes in and dies while trying to navigate our little dungeon here, we get his soul. And yeah, that is where the game truly unlocks, with a lot more money and a lot more souls. So each time somebody goes in here and attempts to complete the dungeon, if he dies, we get a little bit of money from him dying and a soul, and then we can spend the souls on various things that obviously we need to buy. So as you can see, the dungeon has two elements here. It has the treasure room, and then it has the rooms before the treasure room that we then put traps and enemy monsters in to try and thin out the adventurers before they get somewhere. We have sort of one trap / monster room, one treasure room, and then the ability for, at no cost to start off with, to add another room to our floor, and that is the total of floor 1 is 3 rooms, so 2 trap rooms and a treasure room. Now what we can do is, in this trap room we can put a trap. This is a spike trap. The adventurer will have to do a DC 12 difficulty check, basically a roll against their stats. If you're not that familiar with Dungeons and Dragons style rolls, it'll be against their dexterity stat, and if they pass it, they nothing happens to them, whereas if they fail it, they take some damage and potentially die. So let's put a trap in there, because that's all we have at the moment. Serve some ale. And in this room we've put the trap, so the trap is now gone from our list of things that we have. But what we also have is we have a skeleton. We can slap a skeleton in there, but we don't have a soul, so we can't summon the skeleton. We have built the little skeleton space, but without a soul we can't get a skeleton. So what we need is for somebody to come down here and die in the spike trap room, and hopefully then we will have a soul that we can then spend to summon a skeleton, and then there will be 2 obstacles for them if they go down into our dungeon. We're running out of ale very quickly. In fact, we can probably just go more ale and serve another one there. So now we have 6 in the queue. Right, so to attract adventurers down, we need to put an item in the treasure room. The only item we have is an old rusty sword. But if you're a starting adventurer and you don't know what you want, a rusty sword is a bit of loot. So they will come and they will try and get that rusty sword. So let's stack out some ale, try and make some more money. We can boost the ale price as well, so we can make more money. In fact, let's boost the ale price even more. And now we have an adventurer heading down, and is he going to make it through? He died in the trap, so now we have a soul, and that soul has immediately been consumed to give us a skeleton. So now we have a skeleton lurking there and the trap room. So not bad, not bad. And we've unlocked some more purchases. For example, we have potential to hire a bartender, but we will need 3 souls for a bartender. Oh, he's past the spike trap room. Now he's fighting our skeleton. Our skeleton's beating him up quite a bit. Our skeleton took some damage. But you know, that is the nature of it. He doesn't heal. Certain monster types will heal, but the skeleton doesn't heal. He will eventually die, and then it will automatically consume another soul to put him back in there again. So we're hoping he earns enough souls for himself to keep going. We also need 3 souls for our bartender, of which we only have 1 at the moment. And this little board here just says where we have various loot items for the adventurers to try and get to. Oh, he made it through that there. He's going to get beaten down by a skeleton. He's doing well. Oh, he won, and he gets the item. Okay, so now that he has gotten the item, we no longer have something tempting adventurers down into our area here. So what we need to do is unlock the merchant. The merchant opens a little shop in the corner of our tavern. From him, we can then purchase the 3 things that we need. We can either purchase treasures to put in our treasure rooms to summon to lure the adventurers. We can buy different kinds of traps, and we can buy different kinds of monsters. And these are all sort of common items at the moment, but there are now upgrades to get more things. So let us buy some treasures. We'll buy all 3 of them because we need them over time. We can stick one of them in here. Let's put the keychain in there. So we'll summon some clerics. And they'll come in and fight that. We can specify sort of certain treasures that will attract certain types of adventurers, and we might need to balance that against the type of traps and monsters we have in here, but I haven't really seen what the rules for that sort of thing might be yet. Alright, well, here comes an adventurer. He's only a level 1, 9 things. He made it through the trap. Now, I've got to say, the monsters are more reliable at stopping them than the traps, but unfortunately, oh, he healed himself. Unfortunately, the monsters obviously cost more with the regular requirement for souls. So yeah, that is the nature of that. It kind of a monster costs a soul, so he has to kill at least 2 people to give you a profit on his summoning cost. So yeah, they are better at stopping the adventurers, but obviously more expensive. But there's a trap doesn't cost anything. Right. Now we still only have 1 soul in our inventory, so what we can do is unlock another floor, and then we can purchase all the rooms for it to open it out. And now this floor has now 3 spaces for the enemies to pass rather than 2. So we need to summon. Oh, here comes an adventurer. Ah, and he died in the trap. Nice. Oh, we have 3 souls. So what we can do is summon this bartender. Now he refills very, very slowly. I think 1 every 6 seconds. And we need more souls to upgrade him and make him put ales down faster. But at least there's a very slow but steady flow of ales that the bartender will churn out there, just to keep a trickle of money coming in very, very slowly. So we can safely ignore our bar for a little bit, but we want to speed him up, so we need more souls. So let's have a look at what we can do in our shop area here. So I want to start with a trap. Okay, so let's buy some more level 1 loot. Now I want at least 1 trap, but I do want multiple things. Now if you mouse over the monsters, you can see they have various abilities. So when this is Grey Ooze, when the hero hits a Grey Ooze, he gets hexed, which damages the adventurer's rolls. Basically, it gives them bad luck in essence. So yeah, that's a good one to start off with, because then the adventure goes into the next room with bad luck. Here we have a skeleton who is just a basic damage dealer. Let's quickly buy some ales. Basic skeleton, and then we have a zombie who's also just a basic damage dealer. Skeleton's got high armor but fairly low health. The zombie has even higher armor and even higher health, but the skeleton does 1 extra point of damage. So the zombie damages less but does more, but is a bit tougher. Nevertheless, we want this guy, and I think we want a spike trap. It has the highest DC check, and what we can do is let's just make this guy the last person in line for our floor here. So if we start with the Grey Ooze, and then we put the trap here, so hopefully the heroes have a hex on them and make them less likely to pass the trap. But even if they pass the trap, then they have to just face the zombie, who will be the final defense before the treasure room. And let's stick a bow in there because why not? Although that's a dex check, so we probably don't want a bow in there, but let's put one in there for now, and we'll put one in there as well, because that'll attract rangers, and the rangers tend to have high dex. I'm thinking, I don't know if that mechanism is in the game as yet, but alright, so we've got a guy in there, and I think the monster will probably kill him. Yeah, every time they fight something, then you can see what they're doing in these little pop-ups here. Oh, he killed him, but just barely. Nevertheless, that's fine. And he's going for that one. Managed to pass the trap. Now he's fighting what? He's not doing so well against the skeleton. Right, so we are managing there. Alright, so we've got some progress happening there. Let's get some ales out there. Get some people coming in. We really need this bartender to be a bit quicker. We can boost the ale price. Oh, we should have gotten doubles of ale. That's fine. I don't want to buy more tables until we have a better bartender there. Oh, he's going to kill the monster. Yeah, he did. Alright, now he's going to get through here. He still managed to get past it. And then the zombie will get him. There we go. Alright, and we're summoning another grey ooze over there, so that'll help. Let's get some ales stacked out. In fact, let's get... Oh, we don't have the coins for that yet. And because we lost our monster, we are down one soul, unfortunately. Alright, so this guy isn't so tough, and his hex is not fantastic, but at least it's something. Here he comes. This guy was probably going to clean him out, because this looks like quite a tough guy. Level 2. Nevertheless, he's been hexed. Oh, he's lost his hex. Oh, I was hoping his hex would carry him through to the next floor. Is he going to be able to beat this zombie, however? Well, he's fighting. It's fine. He's winning. Well done, zombie. You had a good run there. We do have 6 souls, so I can upgrade our bartender a little bit, make him serve a little bit quicker. And we're going to buy the doubles. Nice. This has lost its thing. Let's get a bard in there. So now this guy is doing it 1 every 5 seconds, and for 9 souls we can bump him up to 1 every 4 seconds. Yeah, which is getting better. It's still nowhere near as fast as the guys seem to be coming to drink it, but it's something. Oh, he's made it through the trap, but the skeleton got him down without losing much health, actually. Bravo, skeleton. You beat that bard up. And he's coming in there. He's probably going to get the... Oh, he's been hexed. Oh, and he died. Nice. But he's going to die the next time somebody comes down for him. Alright, this is a level 2, so he'll probably make it through and get the... maybe not, because our skeleton is pretty tough. Not bad at all. Oh, he's made it through. He's taken some punishment there, so he's probably not going to survive the next fight. Nevertheless, let's fill our bar up, get some more money coming in there. Right, so for 5 souls we can hire a spectral attendant we can then tell him what treasures to put in these rooms, so he will keep the rooms topped up with treasures. Unfortunately, he doesn't buy them, so we need to keep coming back and just buying the various treasures. Oh, there's a goblin. We want that. The goblins are good. I like them. Ooh, and a DC 14 trap. In fact, all of them are DC 14s. Alright, so I've spent a lot of cash there on traps, so we need to now start adding them to our space here. Let's get these rooms maxed out. And let's just put fire traps in here for now. He'll have to pass three quite high DC checks there, and then he can face the goblin. Now the things I like about this, oh, I should have put the goblin there. No, I like it. I like him there. The goblins spawn in pairs, so it does take 2 souls, but you get 2 goblins, and if one dies, then the other one is still there fighting, and then the one will then respawn after the fight. So you always, well, not always, but you mostly have an enemy presence in this room. Even when one's low on health, the other one's full on health, and they can still face down a hero. Alright, what are we going to put in here? Let's get a barbarian in here. We'll kill some barbarians. They don't have much dex, so they'll probably fail to these fire traps. I'm hoping it works like that. Let's get our ale stacked up. We're up to 11 souls. In fact, we can upgrade our bartender, so he's now putting an ale down every 3 seconds, I think it is. No, it's every 4 seconds. Still, it'll go a little bit quicker. Alright, here comes the barbarian. Let's see how he does. Alright, he's past that. He's past that. That was a good roll. Oh, he failed on that one. Now he's burning. And now our goblins can beat him up. Oh, he does a lot of damage, so... Alright, so one goblin took a bit of punishment. But he's doing fine. He's got his mate. And we got a soul from it. And some money. Alright, so the next level of upgrade is here. Just above the shop. We got better items. We can unlock the refresh button. We've got more than enough cash for that. So we have better items and we have better traps and monsters. Those cost silvers, but yeah, so we start to get the level 2 items and things like that, and that'll start attracting higher level adventurers that we get more treasure for. I don't think we get more souls for them, unfortunately. Maybe we do, I don't know. Oh, he's winning, even with his hexes. Oh, he died. He's coming for the fire trap rooms. Yeah, he was burning by the time he got to the enemy, so he took a chunk of damage at the first time he started that fight. So he got quite badly beaten there. Alright, there's our monster. He's past the check there. Yeah, so I was hoping the hex from the grey ooze would carry through to his attempt to pass through the traps, but it doesn't seem to do that. Alright, so he's burning. Not burning there. Not burning there. But he should take some... I think he takes a big chunk of damage when my guys first hit him. Let's max out our ale. Alright, let us hire a spectral attendant. And now if we click on this, it says, what do you want to automatically put into this room? So we want a common item, and we don't care what class it is. Actually, let's not put a ranger. Nah, let's just choose all the classes. It doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. Now there's no confirm button here, but our spectral entity has already put the bow in there, so we just click cancel and he'll keep that topped up. This one, oh, it's already got a treasure in it, so we can't make any changes, and this one's already got a treasure. Oh, I wonder why we can't click on that one. Maybe because there's a guy in the area already. It might not let you make a change because while there's a hero who's currently in it, which makes sense. Alright, I think you can actually survive with uncommon loot And it can be the barbarian, the cleric, the mage, and the fighter, because we've got dex checks on our fire traps here. Let's put a bard in there as well. Alright, so that'll be a flow of some stuff. And we've got a guy back in here again before I could change the settings on that. Nobody's made it through to this angry stick yet, so we are doing fine with this room. These fire traps seem to be a viable tactic. And we have 9 souls. I don't know. I was going to say we could probably upgrade the bartender, but no, not yet. Oh, we're up to 10. Somebody just died on the spike trap there, so we're up to 11. Oh, he's passed. Oh, he failed that one. So I think it's burning times 2 if he passes, because it applies stuff anyway, and then burning times 4 if he fails. So then he gets those burnings put onto him, and then he gets here. The first time he sort of engages with these guys, that's when all the damage is done to him. That's as far as I can tell what's going on. I'm assuming that's what the case is. Alright, we had to refill this enemy and this enemy, and we lost a bit of loot there. But that's fine. Where are you off to? Oh, he's in here. Let's get this ale served. He's fighting there. Come on. Oh, and he died. Nice. If this guy dies, then we can... Alright, so we're up to 13, so we've got a couple of souls spare, and we can still upgrade the bartender here. So now the bartender will put an ale down every 3 seconds. Get that flow going. I think if we get him down to every 2 seconds, then we can unlock some more tables. And then our tavern will be doing quite a steady stream. And then we can focus more on building our next dungeon floor. But I think that is enough gameplay. Look, I think you guys have seen what's going on here. I think you can see the potential and the fun in this game. I like it a lot. I like these kind of 2 layers to manage. I like how this becomes idle based on stuff that you have done in this. There's some very clever gameplay designs in here. We're going to talk about that. So if you are just here for the gameplay, thank you for watching. I hope this has been interesting and enlightening and has convinced you to come and play this game and give the devs some love. You know, and in the usual thing, if you like or dislike the video game, go and tell the developer, not me, because I can't help with that. I'm just showing the game. I have no influence on its designs. But if you like or dislike my video, then leave me a like or a dislike, and leave me a comment telling me why you liked or disliked the video, because that'll help me become a better videographer. As the saying goes, I'll make better, more entertaining YouTube videos for you. Oh, he passed all of his checks. Sorry, I was just watching this barbarian come in. He was doing quite well until the goblins slaughtered him. Oh, and we need to update this. So let's stick an iron dagger in there. We'll make it common. We'll give all the ranks. It's fine. And confirm that. Alright, what we need to do is go to the shop and buy some treasures. So that's our minion here has treasures to put into the things. Yes, so, okay, so yeah, the final thing I'd like to beseech is that if you like to see videos on indie games, I make one a day, so that's a steady stream of usually free, usually in your browser indie games that you can play every day, a little bit of light entertainment, if you choose to visit the game based on the video that I've shown you of. And if that kind of thing sounds good, then hit the subscribe button, because then, you know, stick around and you'll see many indie games. Yeah, and thank you for watching if you're heading out now. If, however, you are staying for the critiques, well, UI is absolutely fine. We have menu, we have options, we have the quality of life sound controls that I like to see. I don't know if these sounds are loud enough to come through to the video recording. I'll turn it up a bit just so you can hear it. And there's ambient sounds and SFX. Let's turn ambient sounds all the way up, shall we? We can hear people laughing in the tavern. And the sound effects are basically just clinks of money as money comes in, and then click on things. But yeah, full marks for the UI. It's fine. There definitely needs to be more tutorial. I was not sure what was going on. I didn't know what to click and where to click it, and I just got lucky that I figured out to click on the serve ale button, because that's the first button you need to click to get things rolling. And I didn't understand that you could put the ale down for a while, you know, even without somebody coming across to it. I thought you had to wait until someone came in and wanted an ale, and then you click the serve ale button. It's like, no, you can just put ale out in the bar top, and the people will come in and grab it as they go there, and all that kind of stuff. So it was a learning experience. But yeah, so tutorial would have gotten me in a lot more comfortably. It would have been good. Right, so I'll see how this guy does. He's gonna make it through at this point. I don't think he is. With the burn damage, those goblins are very effective. So that is a good design, by the way. Something like that, if you can succeed at it, it's a good one. Yeah, so we have finished talking about the UI. More tutorial, otherwise perfect. The sounds are fine. They're chinks, they're clinks. I would like the ability to listen to the combat sounds and things like that. So sounds around this area would be nice. This area is very quiet. And maybe sounds to like someone going aha when he is chosen to go down into the dungeon, just so you have this kind of audio sound of, okay, there's an adventurer jumping down there. I suppose once you have a big dungeon, maybe that will happen a lot. So maybe just, you know, every 30 seconds somebody who's going down into the dungeon goes maha or something like that, or hey, just so you have that alert that yes, your dungeon is still going. And if you haven't heard that for a while, then you go down and check and go, oh, I see, okay, I'm missing items to summon them down, or something along those lines. And possibly a little sort of noise or something along those lines when you successfully kill someone, to let you know that you have collected a soul. That would be quite nice. But other than that, the sounds are fine. I found them quite comfortable to listen to. Oh, we can upgrade our bartender again. Let's do that while we can. Alright, so he is now putting an ale down every 2 seconds, which should be a fairly good rate. We can unlock another table, I think. Yeah, remembering that there are 2 people at a table, so that is 2, 4, 6, 8, 10 people that he has to then supply at any particular point, who are coming in a fairly steady stream. Open the shop. Let's buy some more treasures for our minion. I don't know if we can see. Oh, there is a sell button. I've only just noticed that. So if we have anything, we can sell. Can we sell traps, for example, or monsters? If I'm tired of that skeleton, let's buy another goblin while we got them there. Okay, I don't think we can sell goblins. Let's sell this bow. No. Alright. Unless we close that and reopen it. Okay, no. So if we bought a monster, we can't then sell the monster. Yeah, kobold. For each kobold tag on this floor. Alright, so if you have a kobold tag, a whole bunch of kobolds, that could actually get to be a lot of monsters for them to pass through, like kobold swarms. I like that idea. Anyway, so yes, we have. Buy that kobold actually, because I like the idea of a whole bunch of kobolds. And I think the rats also, you get more rats if there are rats, so we could turn this like floor 1 into a double giant rats floor. That's very kind of traditional to be the first level to just be giant rats. I like that idea. Anyway, I'm being distracted by the game again. The art, the game is quite good looking. I like the way the things look up here and things. Everything's a little bit small. It would have been nice if you could zoom in a bit and see a bit more fine detail and things like that. And as we mentioned, I think there's a fair bit of AI work being done on a lot of these items, but it's still pretty not bad. I think it is good looking, and I think it looks good enough to kind of suit the requirements of the game. Now there's only 6 items here. Does that mean we can? Because we can't put a second item in here, can we? Can we put a second item in here? No, we can just change the item. Alright, so we can only... wait, I don't want to put lid in there. That's fine. Yeah, so we can only have 6 levels on the dungeon, I'm guessing, based on this board here. Which might get quite expensive since the 4th level's already more than a silver. Yeah, I think the graphics are fine, just a bit small and a bit fuzzy. Actually, in the menu, do we have the options to turn off the filter? Yes, okay. So it might be quite nice to not have that filter on it. Like, I get the point of the filters, especially with pixel art like this, but I think without the filter it's a bit better. Which brings us to the gameplay. And now I do have a critique here. The critique is that this is a bit like fast, a little bit urgent. Having to, for a game that I'm strategy incremental, this was a bit actiony to kind of keep this thing loaded up in the first few bits of the game. It's nice once you have an upgraded bartender, you know, reloading the bar quite quickly, but the kind of requirement to keep an eye on this and click it earlier detracts from what I think is the real mastery of this game, which is managing these dungeons and things like that. But we've got a dude coming in here. So yeah, that's the first gameplay element that I don't like. The second thing, you know, this needs to be toned down a bit, this whole thing. Make it more of a strategic management of the bar rather than stacking the ales. So it'd be nice if you started with perhaps a slow bartender. You can't place ales down, he does. And then you have to like manage the purchase of ales and all of that kind of stuff to make a slow profit. That might be a bit more interesting to work with. And then with the souls and things like that, you can upgrade the bartender that you start with. I think I like that more. Otherwise, I like this flow. Also, I would prefer it if there were stairs down rather than a rope. I think that would be more interesting, but as it is, this is pretty good. This is pretty good. And I like the fundamental game design, the idea that you've got this dungeon under your tavern, you are secretly profiting from it in terms of collecting souls, which does bring us to the immersion thing. I'd love to know who we are, why we're collecting souls, all of that kind of stuff. I can buy better items there. We do need to open up another floor of dungeon. See, it's also 5 levels. I wonder if that's the longest we can have. Oh, I didn't mean to click on that. We're up to level 3 monsters now, but that's fine. Oh, giant spiders. Those are good because I think they're also dark cultist. That one helps demons, but we don't want demons. What is this? It's a ghoul. And also hexes things. Traps. Rare traps. Oh, laser grid hallway. Yeah, thanks. Oh, I can't. Oh, it's 20 silvers. Can't buy it. That's fine. I think let's put, because the giant spiders, in adjacent rooms apply hex to adventures before trap saves. So yeah, you kind of want them next to trap rooms, but I think if they're killed and then the adventurer goes into that trap room, does that not mean that they won't then cast the hex on them for that trap save? I don't think they will, so I'm going to put them in the end there. What are you? The goblins. And I'm going to put the goblin in here. Now I need two new traps. I really want a laser grid hallway, so let's slap this in here. Actually, let's slap it in here because that looks like fun. And I've chosen these two monsters specifically because there is two of them. So now we want to slap uncommon and rares of all kinds in here. And what we can do is start buying. Oh no, that's 50. Alright. Well, we can put that in there for now just to get some action going on it, but I'm going to wait until we get uncommons and rares to allow that to be auto refilled. And we need to make some money. Well, let's unlock another table, so we got it flowing in there. And I'm distracted by this game again. It's pulled me straight back into it. Yeah, the immersion is I'd like to know more about who we are and things like that. And the gameplay, yes, it would be nice if we had like wizard spells so we could occasionally cast heals on our monsters and things like that, just to speed things up a bit. Get him, goblins. Beating him up. We got another soul there, got some cash. Each floor, I think, gives us more money than the previous floor above it. I don't know. Yeah, that's it. That's the game in a nutshell. I think this is a good game. I think it's a lot of fun, and I think you guys should come and play it. Link is obviously in the description, as it always is. Oh yeah, the thing I was going to... Did I mention it? I'm not sure. It would be nice if the attacking heroes dropped had a chance to drop a weapon or another item to add to the stack of items here. We need to buy some more treasures. Oh, we have unlocked a layer of stuff. Alright. So that's okay, that's level 2 items over there. So now once that finally gets taken, we can put a green item inside there and get some better quality of heroes in there. In fact, we could just swap it out now. Yeah, nice. Yeah, it would be nice if the adventurers kind of dropped their loot. Well, at least had a chance to drop an item of loot, whatever item they had. So like, you know, one of the bent bows or something like that, or if they're a higher level, they have a chance to drop a green item and that kind of stuff. And then yeah, the things that we don't want, we can then come and bring here and sell. Maybe they do have a chance of doing that, at least later in the levels and things like that. But anyway, that's it from me, and I do heartily recommend that you come and play this game, and I hope you had a fun time watching this video. Thank you for watching. I will see you in the next video. Goodbye.